Right, welcome to the channel, guys. This is Outpost 18. My name's Liam and I'm joined by Craig today, and basically we're going to be doing a little run through of Celestial Affinity, which is a kind of newish 54 millimeter kind of skirmish game set in like a medieval setting. So you've got Humankind, Demonkind, Varak vampires, you've got Storr Viking warriors and werewolves and all that kind of jazz sort of
everything in between.
Yeah. Including the Emperor over here is kind of overseeing everything. So we're going to do just a little skirmish today, so just 100 points. So I'm going to be playing the Humankind. Craig, what you got?
I've got the Storr, some Viking-esque warriors alongside their lupus werewolf brothers.
Cool. So we've got it all set up ready to go. We're just kind of going to, this will be a bit of a how-to as well, so we'll just explain what we're doing as we're playing sort of thing. The rules are very simple. They're not too heavy, which is quite a nice thing about this game. I mean, the rule book, you can probably read it in a couple of hours or something.
I mean, that's reading it probably twice as well.
But it's a nice little game. I like the medieval setting. And it's initially, the Kickstarter release at least, is set in the village of Beermount. Because I think, is it Benjamin Lysette?
Yes.
Sorry if I bastardised your name there, Ben. But basically it's set in the village of Beermount, where you've got the initial evasion. So you've got this like summoning that's gone a bit wrong. And you've got these demons which are pouring forth from Tower Hill, I think it is.
Correct.
And you kind of, play the initial invasion into the village of Beermount. So we're not actually doing a campaign game, we're just going to do some Storr versus Humankind.
Yeah, this is just a one-off skirmish, isn't it? We're not following anything from the rulebook as such. We are just throwing down fistfuls of dice.
As he puts it, yeah, it just keeps it simple. So, just a quick run through. Craig will do his in a minute. So I've got a battle mage, who's one of my elite choices. I've also got a sergeant with a hammer. He's another elite choice. Now you can have a third elite, and I might actually have gone over that. I can't remember the exact pointage, or I might be about right. I didn't actually think about that.
It's a third of the army can be elites, I think, is what I remember.
No, I assume it's a third points, not a third models. But that battle mage alone is probably about 24 points or something, and the sarge might be something similar. So I've probably gone over on that. So I apologise for that.
We'll let him off.
And then I've got a loaded chod, spearman, halberd.
You call them chod? They're still good in their own right. I mean, the spearman can't be. They are choddy, but the spearman can't be forgotten about. He can do some damage, and infinite spears, as some people may say as well.
Infinite spears,
which we love.
We'll gloss over that. Ben. I don't know if I mentioned it actually, but Ben is the director-owner of Cerberus Studios, who made this and also another game called Mortal's Reckoning.
Mortal's Reckoning.
But I don't think there are rules for that one. I think that's just...
They're mostly... so there's a lot of beautiful lore on the website and some phenomenal models that go along with it. At the minute, I don't think there are any real rules, but it is a beautifully crafted world and definitely worth looking into.
Yeah, they're really nice. So Craig, what have you got? Oh.
So I've got the Storr with me, the Viking-esque kind of berserk warriors. We have this evening a Storr with a bastard sword, and my God, is it a bastard?
He is a bastard.
We have a Storr with a warhammer. He can do some serious damage. We have the sickles guy there in the middle, and they are joined with their werewolf lupus brother. He is a common. They do have an elite, which is slightly more powerful. But today, just those four. But they are a good team.
Yeah, and like to put it in perspective, like that lupus, that werewolf at the back there, which is just over here, he's what, 30 odd points I think? Whereas like the spearman or the halberd guy at about 12, 14.
Yeah, let's see, we've got
something
a
like that.
value here where we can...
I think about 14. I've got a longbow as well.
So your spear guy is 14 points, while the lupus, the common alone, is 30 points. Yeah. So almost, double.
I mean, they do kick ass. However, I think Craig will probably agree, you're going to find it harder with fewer models because you have fewer activations.
Indeed. Yeah, the trick with this seems to be to overwhelm your opponent. That's strength in numbers more than anything, I think.
Yeah.
While an individual character can be very powerful and they could potentially take on a few, numbers play a huge factor in this game. If you can force your opponent to fight one on multiple, you're likely to take the advantage.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that a guy with a bastard sword can't just swing through, cleave through a couple on his own quite easily.
For reminding me.
Yes, that's what I bring up.
Right, okay, so we're going to kick off then. So Craig is going to dangle his sack in front of the camera so you can see it, which is all the activation tokens in. And
we are.
you might have to go forwards a bit more.
There is my sack. There's my sack of special goodies with all of the activation tokens in there. We've thrown all of the ones in there for each of our characters. Each character gets an activation token, and then you'll throw them into your little bag and draw them out.
Yeah, so I'm shield with humans, and Craig has got demon ones.
Yeah, I think that's something we have to maybe discuss with the designers as well to get different activation tokens for the store, because I'm a huge fan of the store, so I'd love to see
where are the store tokens?
Yeah, love to see an activation token for the store. Right, shall we go?
Let's go.
First one is a demon.
Demon.
There you go. Beautiful.
I'll just point out, we're going to play victory points, as in you kind of eat what you kill sort of thing. So, if you kill an expensive lupus, that's 30 points to me, etc. But we're also using Aranath because he doesn't have a profile card yet. He's like the main boss man from Demons. We're using him just to keep track of models we removed from the tables, a bit of a model victory. Sorry, a moral victory, I should say. So Craig's on camera duty tonight, so he's doing the gaze of Aranath.
I'm going to go with the lupus first and show you just what they can do. So a lupus has a base movement of 8. So on all the cards you've got your initial movements and values in a little circle, and then you can exert, which is one of the beautiful things about this game, right?
Yeah,
new dynamic. So you can exert yourself. So taking your exert cubes here and then choosing which you want to do. So I'm going to take the werewolf and I'm going to move him. I'm going to exert him twice and move him 14. And the beautiful thing is you can move through your friendly characters, or at least so long as there's space you can go around them. So I'm just going to move my werewolf to there.
Yeah, so you can pretend that they're not there, and also if they're opposing models or scenery or whatever, you can actually squeeze through 15mm gaps, which is, I guess that's to represent maybe shimmying sideways or something. I'm not quite sure, but it's actually quite nice in the game because I play quite a lot of games now, way too many, and it's sometimes a bit frustrating when you can't get models in place just because of their base size.
Yeah, it does make things a little bit difficult, doesn't it? He's simplified it enough that you can move past your own characters, and there is enough space to be able to move through the enemy, and it makes it sense, and it's just sensible. Sorry about the
that's all right.
Poor camera there.
But you've still got to get. You need to have space to ultimately plant the base.
Yes, there is still the same aspect. So I've done what I can do there. There's no one in range. I can't do anything else, so it will go back over to Liam to draw from the bag.
Yeah. So when you have your activation, you basically get to do all of your actions. So move, attacking, shooting, magic, all that kind of thing. The lupus, he's basically move and rip people's heads off. So over to me. Gonna dip my hand in the sack, and we have a shield. So that's me. Now, there's no written rule for this, but what we tend to do is we tend to place the activation token on the card of whoever it is we activate, just because you kind of know who you've used. And I'm kind of thinking, what's my bow? Longbow has a range of 18. As far as I'm aware, you can pre-measure in this.
Yeah. I've seen nothing to say otherwise, and I think it's fairly fair to allow the opponent to pre-measure.
So my longbow, that's his range, or her range, sorry. She can move 6, and if I exert her once, because I can only do that once with her, she can jump up to 9. That's the advantage actually of these lupus, like their movement starts on 8 and you can exert it to 12 and then to 14.
Yeah.
Whereas I have a paltry 6 and then a 9.
The lupus are incredibly quick. The fear is though, if you're, and you may note it as we go through the game, if you overexert yourself, you can put yourself in a very difficult situation.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of the game as well, is that it's about the exert management as well, because it's the exerts are your life capacity as well.
Yeah.
So if you push yourself too much, you're pushing yourself beyond what you're capable of doing and sustaining, which I think is a really fun mechanic to play with. You know, there's been times where we've been like, I can do this, and then all of a sudden things change because you don't have the exerts that you thought you had.
No, you spaff your load too early,
and
basically you're kind of left dry, aren't you? Open to abuse, and basically that represents itself as poor defence, basically.
Yes.
So I'm just looking at my longbow, and I've got the range and stuff. My spearman's kind of in the way at the moment because I kind of wanted to put her about here, get a bit of cover maybe. So I might move my spearman first, thinking about it, because he's just in the way. He has got range, but it's really short. He's only got range of 6 when he throws his infinite number of spears. So he moves 6, but I want to get him a bit further. So I'm going to spend one of his exert cubes just to push that up to 9. So I can get him to about here.
So one thing we mentioned before was the elites, and I just wanted to sort of clear it up as well. The wording in here says, but their numbers cannot exceed 1/3 of the total composition. Now it does sound strange, doesn't it? So is that 1/3 of the models, 1/3 of the points?
Yeah, because it says numbers, doesn't it, not points, which is interesting. We'll have to clear that up with Ben.
That may need a little bit of a clarity. I've always assumed it was models, but because they're numbers. But
it'd be nice if it was based on models, because it'd just be simpler. And the game's quite simple to play anyway.
Yeah.
So
and it would help having more elites on the board as well, to be honest, because that will really make things a little bit more difficult or change the balance of the game.
Yeah. Right, so we're going to draw from the sack again.
We draw from the sack. Yeah.
Craig, you can pull.
Who do we get? Oh,
nice.
So I've drawn a shield, so it goes over to Liam.
Well, sometimes it's not good actually having a lot of early activations. You kind of give
No,
away
we were
your
discussing
hand.
this, weren't we? You can kind of, even if you've got loads of activations, it can kind of hinder you to a degree, because if you're having to move out of position before your opponent, then you're essentially giving them the opportunity to counter you. So there are times where it might work to your benefit to actually activate more, certainly in the later phases, but early on it feels a bit of a hindrance, which again is fun. It's a different mechanic.
You're just giving away your hand.
Yeah.
And I might not have moved enough there. I might have to go further forwards. Yeah, I'm going to have to. So she's got she'll probably need to exert her movement. So if I go up to, if I put 1 cube in, it's going to take me from 6 to 9. I'm going to have to put her out here.
Oh, well.
But that's outside of your 14 max run range, so she should be okay for the moment. Just hope I don't take the windmill off there. So she's in range, she's going to take a shot. So she can shoot, so her circle stat is 2, so I start off with 2 dice. I'm going to put an exert cube into it to take 2, 3. So not a massive increase, but 3 dice nonetheless.
So one of the things you should do when it comes to the fighting system is to keep your choices for exerting to yourself.
I shouldn't have told you.
You shouldn't have told me that. You should not have told me that, which is why I'm educating the people. No, it's another nice little mechanic. You keep your choices to yourself. I think for the purposes of the game, we won't worry too much about it. So you're going to be targeting the lupus. So the lupus has a defense of 3 naturally and can be pushed twice. Now I'm not going to... Liam's pushed it once, I'll push it once. I don't know if I would have gone any further than that, so I'll be taking my 4 dice as well.
Yeah, it's also... How many? So at the end of the round, once everyone's activated, you'll get a certain number of exert cubes back.
Yep.
And I hadn't realised actually yours is quite low, isn't it? It's about 2.
Yeah, I get 2 for everyone on my team.
So the recovery rate on the werewolves is not as high. Like the Vrak are really high. So, but they're more glass cannons. They don't have much life. So kind of I can see where you do one, because if you did 2, A, I don't think you need it.
Yeah.
And also B, you're only going to get 2 cubes back at the end of the turn.
Yep.
And you'll probably want those.
I mean, my strength is relatively good as well, so we go for a defence roll. Liam will be rolling for his hits.
Yeah, so longbow hits on a 6+. I've got my 3 dice, so I'm going to chuck them. I
spaff. Oh,
I
wow.
have spaffed that massively.
Oh, wow.
It's 5, 4 and a 4, so that's pretty naff. That's okay, I've got more arrows in the tank or in the quiver. So that so that was pretty poor. So
Bags behind you. Apologies.
The sack boy. Is it my turn? Can't remember now.
Yeah.
So what we got?
So when we play, we try to alternate between. Oh, Liam again. We try our best to alternate between who's drawing from the sack. You don't always want your hand in the sack. It's never a nice place to be.
yeah. I'm not going to say anything on that. Right, so that didn't go so well.
She didn't shoot off quite well, but there you go. She was quite some distance away.
However, I don't want to get in charge range just yet, so I'm going to move my battle hammer. I'm deliberately stalling for time here, so I'm not going to spend any cubes. I'm going to move him his base stat of 6, and I'm going to get him just behind. It's not a dung pile, it's actually a pile of hay, but it looks like a dung pile. So he's just outside of that 14 charge range, I think, unless I've screwed up. We'll find out in a minute. So yeah, I'm going to put him there for the minute.
So no range, so back over to the sack.
That guy's quite good. I think he's got...
He is a bit of a beast. And
stun.
there we go, we have a demon.
Okay.
Thank you. So, over to the store.
Means I can munch on a crisp.
So, base movement for most of my guys looks to be 7 across the board. 7 is not going to get me too far forward, so I may well have to exert. One exert quite nicely gets me up to 10, which is quite a bit actually, I must admit. So, what are we going to do?
Doing your bastard sword or chain sickles?
Probably I'll go with the bastard sword and just kind of swing around a little bit.
1 cube?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, lovely. So we'll go to 10 and we'll go to just about there.
So the exert cubes are basically stamina.
Yeah, they're your stamina, they're your life force, they are your ability to do anything really, to live, to survive, to defend.
Okay, what we got?
Hey, demon, right, okay. Again, I think we'll just exert one more time again and we'll go with the hammer dude, and I think we'll split our forces a little bit and we'll start heading out this way, so we're not just going into one like funnel neck and just allowing Liam to stand there and castle up.
So MC Hammer for the children of the 90s. And I will be touching that later, or it will be touching my face. It kind of smashes.
If I can get it in there, it's gonna definitely bring the part in. Right, what we got? Another shield. Oh,
okay, cool. So,
right, okay.
now you kind of are flanking around the side a bit, so I probably need to get someone around the side. So I'm
we may be brutes, but we are tactical brutes.
So great sword. I'm gonna exert up to 9 inches just to give him a bit more movement around here, so I can probably get him round to about here, I reckon. So yeah, that'll do me. So hand in the sack.
Is that you?
I don't recall actually.
Yeah, I was going to draw the last one. Yeah.
Demon.
Okay. And then it'll just be over to Liam. So again, 7 as a base, 10 for an exert. So if we exert another one on the Storr chain sickle this time as well. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of a loopy loop.
I quite like the interesting weapons. So some of them threw me like on a Varak. I actually had to go Google whatever the hell a Jagger stock was or a gnome. I don't know what you called it now, but I didn't know what those weapons were. And actually, I fight with a longsword, so I felt a bit ashamed.
They are both yours now, so no need to go dipping your hand into the sack.
Okay, so just to prove we've got the right number. There we go, 2 shields. And I'm going to. Now I've got a couple of spells with my battle mage. So because she's a human mage, she always gets portal. So that's basically like a teleporting spell.
That's a standard with any battle mage, is it?
They can all take that for free. And then you can pick some more spells. I can pick 2 because she's a level 2 caster, because I didn't take an acolyte. I kind of wanted a battle mage.
Yep.
So that allows me to pick from the level 2 spell deck, which is these red cards. And also you can pick from the level 1 spell deck. Oh, I've picked 2 level 2s. That was clever of me. But the level, in fact I think Portal's level 1. No, that's level 2 as well. But the level 1 spell cards have like a blue back. So I picked Enchanted Bolts and Faith Healing, because healing's always good.
Healing's huge in this game, yeah.
And Enchanted Bolts, because there aren't many things with magic resistance or magic defence. And I don't think...
Yeah, I have 2 magic defence across the board, yeah, but I can't ever exert it. So, which is slightly better than your 1 as well, which is quite interesting. So not only are they strong physically, they are strong in mind and fortitude as well, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, mine are just chilled, aren't they? Now these bolts, enchanted bolts have a range of 12, so even with a maximum movement of 9, I don't think we're going to be in range. Are we 21? Or are we? No, we're not going to be in range.
21, blimey.
Kill box of 21.
Great age.
I don't think that's in range, but do you want to stick your head over the end of that?
I'm afraid not. No, you are not.
Rubbish.
I'm going to hold on to my lupus as long as possible.
Now I could portal, then move, and that would get me into range. But I think there's a channeling level. I'd have to look it up in the book actually. Maybe I should have a look at this. There's a bit on magic which tells you how many spells you can fire off, and it's to do with your magic level or your channeling potential. Now I think because I'm level 2, oh here we go, I've just flicked past it. So magic levels, so battle mage level 2, channeling 1, so I can only cast 1 spell a turn. So my attempts to like jump with a portal, then move, then lightning bolt aren't going to work because I can only do 1 spell.
And I can't tell you how thankful I am for that.
So all I can really do is move, get ready for the inevitable charge. I'm going to pop her behind the barricade here. Might throw her in later because she's pretty good in combat. And the halberd guy, so the battle mage has gone, the halberd can move 6 and 9. So 6 is going to be lagging, so I'm going to buff him to 9.
Yeah.
Get him to about
That
here.
is one hell of a line to be charging into.
It is a line, isn't it? So where's my spearman? Sorry, it was halberd, wasn't it? So halberd is going to exert 1 cube as well.
Yep.
So they've all exerted to some extent, apart from the battle hammer. I don't think he had to. And also it's worth mentioning you have separate cubes for your magic exertion, but I haven't done any magic this turn, so I've not used them. I think we're done, aren't
Excellent. No, that is essentially round 1 done. Yeah, everyone has done what they needed to do. There are no more activations.
Do you want to twizzle Aranath's little pentagram style
Aranath
dice?
has moved it on.
This is
You're now
turn
in
marker.
round 2. Worth saying, there is only 4 rounds to this game as well.
Yeah.
So that's something to bear in mind. Things happen quicker.
Now we might do 5 because
the
standard playing area is actually a lot narrower.
Yeah.
We're on a bit of a bigger board.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why Ben's done it. I'm guessing because he wants people straight into the action.
I think that's essentially what it comes down to, I think, because it takes away the necessity to position yourself into, turn 1 and then wait, essentially. It just gets you into the action much quicker, which I'm a fan of. The quicker I can throw my hammer into someone, the better.
So many.
So at the end of
Poor
every round
comments
as well,
that
you
go
have a
there.
refresh rate on your cards. You'll refresh that number of cubes back into your exit pile. My lupus can only do 2, so I'll be bringing 2 across, but leaving one of them behind. So I'm ever slightly more tired than I was to begin with.
Which is potentially going to reduce your attack and defense potential.
It does indeed. Yeah.
But I think in turn 2 it doesn't matter so much. If that was turn 3s where it's really kicking off.
Yeah.
That's when it really matters. So we're ready to do second round. So it's pretty quick. I mean, we've been gas bagging, but we've still gone through that quite quickly. So, turn draw.
Let's see. We start off with Demon.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Well. The problem that I find with the Storr is that there isn't much in the way of range for us. Now, we can keep moving forwards, but...
So I get my little violin out.
The minute I get in there is the minute I start causing some serious problems. So, because I know that I move in 10, I'm just going to go straight there. I know I'm going to be exerting 1, so I'm pretty much just going to charge forwards with the hammer dude, get myself into there. There we go. And that'll be me.
It might have actually come into my charge range, but I'm not sure I really want a piece of that.
No, I'm not sure you're going to want a piece of the hammer
Because
either.
he's just all muscle. But the hammer is a bit of a nightmare because I think it does stun, doesn't he?
It does. Yes, it does stunning on an 8+, and it also crushing as well on an 8+, which means it converts a hit to a miss.
Yeah, so if any one of those dice rolls is an 8, I'm getting stunned, which means I'm missing my next go, and I'm getting crushed.
Stick your hand in my sack.
I will indeed. It's not as damp as I thought it would be.
I cleaned it.
It's a shield.
It's a shield.
So that's quite useful because I can start getting this longbow into play. So you can do actions in any order. So I'm going to activate my longbow, I think, and I'm going to shoot and then ask questions later. So this is where I'm going to be a bit more tactical. So I'm not going to tell Craig this time how many cubes I'm using, if any.
Yes.
But I'm going to tell him the track so he's aware. So base stat is 2, can go up to 3. So I think he knows what I'm going to do.
Yeah. This one seems fairly obvious. I think it's only fair to... well, so we're quite strong as well. So 4, 6 and 8. Oh no, sorry, apologies, that's my attack. 3, 4 and 5.
Now I'm going to kick off the mind games here. I'm going to be shooting the hammer guy, and I'm just going to point out to Craig, as I do when I'm trying to, manipulate the game, that, if he goes spaffing cubes at this point, he will have less later. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, well, it's a big question, isn't it? Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to...
Yeah, you don't have to tell me.
I'm good.
You can.
I'm good.
Cup your cubes with your hand. And then reveal.
Yeah.
You done?
Yep.
Okay, well, I did
revealing.
one. I did fine.
I didn't exert anything. I'm going with my base defence of 3.
Because Craig probably knows that he might have some lightning bolts coming in.
There's likely to be something following up.
Possibly a sword charging him.
Oof.
No, I actually got 1 hit this time. I needed a 6 with the longbow.
I saved 2, so strength of 5+. I got a 5, an 8 and a 2.
Oh,
Just to...
I haven't got any hits because that 1 hit I got in has been negated by the fact that Craig saved it. Also, if there is cover, so if your model's partially in cover, then it also reduces your chance to hit. So my 6 would have actually gone to a 7+, but it did have 8+ on the longbow, so that would have been nice because that's got piercing. So
nice.
You can't stop piercing damage.
Is it just an automatic wound, is it, piercing? That's nice.
Let's see what an auto wound.
Let's see what the piercing keyword says, shall we?
So
there are some really interesting keywords in the game as well. Stunned, rending is something to watch out for. Rending is another one of those that it says it does the same as piercing, but applied to a unit rather than a weapon. So essentially, causing an unstoppable wound. So. There's some really interesting keywords that can change the dynamic of the game as you go throughout. So well worth taking a look at the cards, reading the rules in the back of the book, and just trying to get an idea of what each of those keywords does essentially. And it's quite clever because a lot of the stuff you see on the cards as well tells you what you need to know in the immediate vicinity of the card, and then if you wanted to deep dive a little bit more, then you've always got a book to sort of go into as well.
Now what I'm going to try and do here, I moved my longbow and then I moved it back because I thought there's something interesting I could do here which would be useful. So if my base move is 6, which is not very far, so if I exert it up to 9, I've kind of realised that 7 here will take me to the corner of the barn. That gives me 2 inches to go up, and so I can cross through all these guys, that's fine. I can plant the base there. Now to kind of navigate scenery you have to do an agility roll, and it depends on what it is, but I believe the climbing is a 2+, and basically if I fail this I'm just going to not go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like demons are natural climbers, so they can just go up onto scenery quite easily. So I've got a 3. So she's gone up here. That means I can put her up there, so I might get better line of sight later on.
And staying out of the way of any potential wolf or bastard sword swinging. See if we can get that in.
Well, she's a bit weak.
We've got a demon or a Storr. Lovely. There we go. Nice stuff.
What are you up to?
What are we going to do? Well, I don't enjoy that line of warriors standing right in front of me, but part of me also wants to get stuck in and start swinging my my swords around.
I don't think that'd be too much of a problem if the hammer guy wasn't there, but he is, and he's quite good.
The hammer dude is probably the only one in that group that I'm most concerned for. So, because you split your forces a little bit, and it might be silly of me, I'm probably going to move my sickle guy, and I'll exert him another 10. Okay. I don't think I can get any closer than that. I can only exert them once. So I'm going to exert him 10 and just bring him around here to help defend this section around here. We'll just pop him there. That's me done.
Okay, so
the sack of happiness is over there.
What we got? Shield. Nice.
Back and forth.
Was that sack and forth? What am I going to go for? I've got a smooth the camera, not doing the camera. So here we go, it's a bit of a shot.
So I will try my best to remember to move the camera.
Now I might do. Actually, I'm going to do the battle mage. So let's pull the camera back. So the battle mage here, she's got eyes on that hammer guy down there. So if we do, where is she?
And this is why I held back an exert cube as well. You've got to be careful about what your opponent can potentially do.
So she's going to use her enchanted bolts. So I've got 2 exert cubes for magic. I'm going to use both of them because a lot of these spells are better the more mana you put into them. So actually this one requires 2 mana expenditure 2. Target an ally within 12. I might have to get a bit closer before I do this. Oh no, he's in. Target someone within 12. Oh, this is enchanted bolts. Now I wondered why that didn't have a blue back. I pulled the wrong card out.
Oh.
I wanted lightning bolts.
Lightning bolts is a nasty one.
I was sitting there thinking, why has this got a red back? Because I've played this game a few times now and I generally have a red and a blue, so I pulled the wrong card out. So where is it? Oh, it's called Lightning Storm, so I've completely ruined that.
Ben screaming at it. Ben screaming again. It's Storm!
Why have we got these amateurs playing my game? So, yeah, because you can put a varied number of cubes into this. You can put 1 or 2 in. I'm going to put 2 in because for each magic cube you consume, roll a magic dice, so I get 2 dice. Plus your caster level, level 2, so I'm up to 4 dice.
Blimey.
It hits on a 4+.
That's going to be pretty rough. Oh, against my measly 2.
And a result of 8 is like fork biting, lightning, get double hits.
What we got? Oh!
That's pretty
8
solid.
and a 5. Yeah, you're not arguing with that. So my strength is 5. So
you're doing your magic defense, aren't you?
So, magic defense 2 dice, I'm assuming the strength is still the same.
As far as I'm aware, if something is not listed for something, so a bit like an agility roll for crossing a stream or something, and you haven't agreed at the beginning of the game, the default is always a 5+, so it's 50-50. So I look at that, and because it doesn't talk about magic defense rolls on the stat card, I think the default is 5+. Now, I might be wrong, and Ben will chime in. Oh, in fact, someone has chimed in. I should be reading this.
This probably isn't something we need to worry about.
So is that?
I didn't bother to respond to it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Thank you very much.
The old spam bot.
Yeah.
Right. So because I don't think it's listed what you roll for the magic roll, more magic defense. I think it's a 5+. Ben can flagellate me later if I'm wrong. So you got 2 saves, which would normally be enough to stop this. Because hitting on a 5+, so I've got a 5,
what other nasties
a
have
6,
we got coming forward?
I do have an 8, which is the fork lightning, so it's double hits.
So 1 does go through.
Rolls of an 8 result in double hits, so there's actually 4 in total, of which 2 are negated. So that's not bad.
2 damage, right? Or two essentially. 2
damage.
2 wounds, as they should probably be correctly referred to. So you can take these from anywhere on your card. It makes sense to just obviously take 1 from the used, and then we'll have to take 1 from our exert. So they are lost forever. There's no way to bring them back unless, of course, you have heal.
Yes, which I do, but I don't intend to target you.
No, you can try and heal me. I don't mind. I'd be happy for it. Yes. Is that all you've got?
Well, I could move her, and I probably should move her.
Yeah, bring her closer.
I'm going to move
her closer to the party.
She moves 6, so rather than carrying behind this, whatever you call it, I might bring her round. I could exert her a bit here, actually, and bolster.
It might have been a bad idea for me to have left that one hammer dude all on his own there.
If I go up to 9, I can get around about there, I think. And that's it, I think.
Okay.
Sack time.
Draw from the sack. What have we got? Oh, another shield. Oh, no. Moments like that where I could have really done with that being mine. Let's have a little look, see what's going on, shall we?
Well, I fight with a great sword in my spare time, or a long sword. German sword fighting, so I think it'd be rude not to send in the great sword.
Facing down.
Since you've had your go, I think this is relatively safe because he hopefully won't take any hits back. Now he's got a base move of 6.
You're going to charge in the sword, dude, are you?
Yeah, I'm hoping the 6 gets him in, which it does, because then I don't have to waste any exert cubes on actually getting there.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure I move him over a little bit because I want to get the battle mage in later.
So one interesting thing to actually say as well, there was a used exert cube from before. Now that I've taken that away from being wounded, I've got no exert cubes used, so there isn't as much harm in me pushing myself that little bit harder this turn, because I'll refresh those cubes next turn.
Yeah.
Should I survive?
Because you're going to get 2 back, aren't you?
Yeah. So whereas I would have only maybe exerted 1 and been slightly concerned about exerting more, I can go for the 2 push this time. Of course, I'm slightly crippled ever so slightly, but we'll worry about that later.
My attack track base stat is 4, can push it up to 6 and 8.
Yeah, my defence again 3, 4 and 5. Well, I think it's obvious what my choice would be. Wonder what you would choose yourself.
You're going all in, aren't you?
I'm going all in.
Which is exactly what I'm doing. Going, there's time and a place to go all in. This is it. So I get 7 dice.
Oh, 7.
I get 7. That's rough. However, hitting on a 6, which isn't amazing.
Okay. Well, my strength of a 5+ should help me here. Let's see what we can do.
It's worth noting that strength is actually defence.
Yes.
I think is a little bit odd, but I think if I'm speaking to Ben, it's to represent you like pushing people off you and barging them out of the way and knocking them back, kind of thing.
What was your hit value? 6.
6. I've got a
Oh
few
wow.
hits, so-
Okay.
Well, in fact, I've only got 2.
You've got 2. What does your 8 do? Does your 8 cause
5.
anything?
8.
With a great sword.
Cleaving 2.
So that will allow you to re-roll 2 misses in
That's-
combat,
That's actually really good.
which is very helpful. Yeah, I've defended 4 so far, so
I
you
can't
need.
wound you then.
No, you're not going to be able to
Can't
wound
wound
me,
you.
but
So I got up to 3 hits, but
a good old defense of 4 there. So I get 5+ on mine. So
I don't know if you can hear the rain coming down the street now,
yeah,
which is
beautiful.
raining cats and dogs. It's kind of fitting for this game.
Yeah, beautiful. It's very atmospheric. I'm loving it.
Hopefully the stream won't cut out on us. Well, that was a bit disappointing.
Well, thank you for bringing the guy forwards into my attack range. So next turn, he's hopefully going to get absolutely decimated, right? I'll let you draw from the stack of goodness.
Well, I could maybe get the halberd guy in if you can go far enough, but I don't know if I want to because it's going to leave me a bit weak on the other side. So,
And
we
a
got a demon.
demon. Lovely stuff. Right, well, I'm going to have to start pushing myself forwards a little bit. So, with my distance of 10, I guess I can start bringing myself forwards. You've got... What have you got left to activate? Those 3 there? Is that right?
Spearman,
Is that what I'm thinking?
halberd, and battle hammer.
Okay.
So yeah, that line.
So the risk is that I push myself too far forwards and give you the chance to kind of overwhelm me. But then if I'm not pushing myself forwards and getting stuck in, then I'm not really doing the game justice. Apologies.
Oh, yeah, take me there. And also, you're not locking people in place either,
Yes.
so give me
Yeah.
a chance. I mean, I could just pull back and
I mean,
do some more.
unfortunately, I'm
shooting.
only going to 10 anyway. So we are just going to have to exert once and then we'll be moving up to there.
I like the advertising on the back of your cap. That was like well placed when you lean over the table. Whereas all they're going to see is my thinning hair, so I didn't really think about
If
that.
you ever want to, it is a fantastic place to go. I highly recommend it.
Right, okay, so back in the sack. Do you know?
Go on. Let's draw from your beautiful sack. So there's only one more chance for me to draw, and then it's all over to good old Liam.
What's that? Shield. Cool. What are we going to do?
I mean, I kind of want that, to be honest. I kind of want to draw him in a little bit. You
So
know,
you've done your change, so it's just your lupus that has
just
a
my
bit.
lupus. Yeah.
But I'm not
You,
blind to the fact that if I go forwards, I open myself up to a counter.
Yeah.
But then I will get 2 more against your lupus potentially. So yes, I'm going to get hit, but I'm going to get hit at some point, and we kind of want to get stuck in. So maybe I should just do it.
Yeah. I mean, sooner or later, it comes to the point where you are just going to get outnumbered, right?
Yeah.
You can't really help it.
What I will do though, actually, is rather than sending in the battle hammer, I'm going to be a bit cheeky. I'm going to use my spear guy because actually you're in spear chucking
Yeah.
range.
Go on, yeet one at me.
That didn't come out very well, but range is 6. So I can throw his spear, then I could move in, and then I could have a stab. So the spear is, you can't exert it actually. It's just a stat of 4, and that's it. So I can't do
Okay.
anything.
So I will be defending on my bastard sword dude, who has slightly better defense than everyone else. 4, 5,
rain,
and
rain.
6.
Do the rain.
So that's coming down heavy. That is coming down very heavy. So yeah, I think I know what I'm going to do. Okay.
Okay, so I'm chucking 4 dice.
Okay, I've exerted once and chucking 5.
So I'm hitting on 6.
Oh. I'm getting really lucky tonight. I never do these kinds of rolls. When we play down at the club, I am throwing some horrific dice. I am getting very lucky tonight. It's 8, 7, 6,
Charlie
6.
Brown. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Does your 8 do anything with the spear chuck?
No, it doesn't.
That's
actually.
a shame.
So I thought it might do.
So that's a
something
really good
better.
defense by the bastard sword dude. He's showing how good he really is.
No, you don't have to add on the word sword. So, what's he move? Spearman moves.
So he took it. He took it.
Spearman moves 6. He can go to 9. So we know he's in range of 6 anyway.
He
so
did exert one.
I
So
don't
I'll bring that
need
down.
to exert this. So he's going to come in round this side.
And make sure that other people can get in whilst also blocking off areas as
Ooh.
well.
Should I be going the other way? Let me think this through.
you think this through. I'm just going to get hit by everything anyway, aren't I? That's 3 on 3. I think you've got the better warriors there. But if I go in first in this round predominantly, I might do some more damage early, which will help.
If you manage to get the bastard dude out first, then that's going to really cripple me going forwards. He is a bit of a mean guy.
So Spearman has an attack track of 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to do my cube, so I'm still thinking about what you're doing.
4, 5, 6 on the attack. My defence again is 4, 5, 6. I think I know what I'm doing.
Yep. Good.
Yep.
So I put 2 in to take.
I've only gone for the 1, taking me up to 5.
So I hit on a 6.
Oh, there we go. There's the rolls again.
Oh, I made a mistake earlier. Ranged hits 4+.
Ah. Okay.
Oh, I can't remember that. What was your defence?
I still a pretty good defence anyway.
Yeah,
I think I only lost 1 defence on that anyway.
Negated it anyway. So that was stupid of me, really. Looking at the wrong thing. I didn't realise that ranged hits have a separate profile.
Yeah.
And that's actually why I think magic defence is the default of 5. Because they've actually specifically noticed it here for range.
Yeah, sure.
And specifically noticed it for melee.
So
combat,
wailing at each other.
I've got 3 actually.
Okay, so I've only defended 2 so far.
That's good. So I get to take a cube off.
Yeah.
I rolled an 8, but that doesn't do anything
And
special.
it's nipping 1 cube off the bastard sword dude. So I will take it off the used and pop that over there.
Okay. Now my
1 wound.
Spearman has used 3 cubes though, so he's not going to get all of those back next turn.
Yeah,
so.
Slightly making yourself a little bit weaker next turn.
Yeah, it's fine.
So,
It's just chod.
Yeah, we can do that.
He's chod.
Wow, the sooner we get rid of him, the better, right? We don't need him
He's
now.
chod.
Right. A 1 in 3 chance now for me to draw what I need. Oh.
Nice, I needed that. So we've got a shield. So now I'm going to send in the
Touched it, I'll take it.
halberd. Yeah, if you touch it, you've got to eat it. Halberd, he can move 6.
That rule applies everywhere as well.
Also, we don't have a 5-second rule here, it's a 20-second rule. So it goes on the floor, you can just leisurely take your time. His base move is 6.
It's such a clean floor. It's
What it is at the
well,
moment.
I can eat off this floor.
Yeah, you should see it after a gaming session, it doesn't look that clean. It's more like the great unclean one. Okay, he's going in there.
Uh-oh.
Notice I'm pointing my halberd straight at his face.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's about to take it, to be honest. He's about to take some serious damage, unfortunately.
Now this is interesting because I get a bonus of a friendly assist here.
Yeah, so you outnumber now, don't you?
The spear guy is not tied down by anyone, so he can actually lend aid, which is represented by an extra dice. Then we go to halberd, so we're going to nominate cubes.
Yep, so I know what I'm going to do with this one.
What have I got here? Okay, I'm done. So I've jacked in 2.
Yeah, I had to go full exert on this one.
So my attack's
Even if
gone
it-
3, 6, 9, but I've got that assist, which takes me up to 10.
Wow.
2.
Only 6 defence.
6.
It seems good to begin with until you start getting outnumbered.
This is not quite a fistful of dice, as Ben likes to put it.
Let's get in there.
I need 6s.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Actually, it's pretty good. Pretty good. 4 hits, and one of them is an 8.
3 defences.
Now,
what does your 8 do on that?
halberd, razor's edge, 8 plus. Unit causes bleeding. So I take a cube away, and I also inflict bleeding.
So bleed, if I remember correctly, is the little handprint. Might be easy to show it on that one. There you go, little handprint for bleed. So I'll throw that onto my card. Take away another or on this one, apologies. Take away another exert cube, which actually means I get to bring back my full 2 next turn. So that was actually quite helpful. In a roundabout way.
Yeah, in a funny kind
Silver
of way.
lining. There's a silver lining in everything.
Every cloud. Now, we probably need to clarify this, but the rule we tend to play is even if all those hits have been blocked, we would still count the bleed.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if that's right or wrong. There's nothing to say in the rules that that's not the case, from what I can tell, because it just says if you roll an 8+,
the effect
trigger a bleed.
happens. Yeah. I think it's fair to say that if you've rolled the 8, regardless of whether the block is successful or not,
You've been cut on the hand.
the thing still happens. The event still happens. That seems only fair.
Now, it might be that Ben hears that and makes a dodgy plumber noise and goes, that shouldn't happen, in which case we'll change our ways, but for
Yes.
now...
Yeah.
There's
Right.
a moot point because the wound was done anyway.
Oh, shield again.
Now,
Oh,
this is great.
Can it be enough to take down
Battle
the
Hammer,
bastard
move
guy?
6.
Oh, dearie me.
I think you can get in without having to strain himself. I mean, he'll strain himself if he has to, but I can move through my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get there easy enough.
Well, I can see some problems here.
Because that's now 2 friendly assists, which is where it gets dicey. So the humans play a little bit like the demons, in that the demons kind of need to pack hunt, and they need to outnumber, which is helped by scarabs,
Yeah.
get in there fast, tear someone down, then move on to the next thing. So you kind of
Yeah.
need to isolate. And the humans are a little bit like that, because although they have good armour, they are not. They seem to get exhausted quicker.
Mm-hmm.
They're not as punchy. Your guys are really punchy.
Yeah. We can take a little bit more of a hit, but the minute we start getting outnumbered is when the game really sort of flips to the attackers, really. So you have to be careful about how you position yourself, for sure.
So my attack track is 468. I'm
Yep.
you know what I'm going to be doing.
Yep, and I think it's obvious what I have to do in this situation, really. I don't particularly want to do it, but...
So I'm going all in.
We've
on
got-
the 8s.
What's that, 11 coming in, or
10s. I get 2 assists.
10? 2 assists, okie
So,
dokie.
which I think it was less than the halberd. Halberd guy's got a better attack track.
Yeah.
However, the battle hammer has a whole ton of rules. So, so still 10 dice. The extra assist is helping here.
Yep, right, let's see if we can...
And
Pull out the big
also
rolls.
Still hits on a 6.
Oh, those aren't the biggest rolls ever.
Ooh, that ain't bad.
Okay.
That actually could be quite devastating.
Oh, that looks pretty horrible.
It is horrible. That is, in fact, that's
Oh,
truly
that looks,
awful.
oh, that looks horrible. That looks
Oh
like
my
a
God.
down.
That's one-shot territory, I
Oh,
think.
that's getting there. I'm on almost nothing, I think. So I've blocked 3.
Oh man!
Managed to block 3. So what's that?
So I
that's
take
4.
3 away.
4 coming through. Oh my goodness. That leads me to 2.
He's
That
still
leaves me
alive.
on 2.
Can't believe he's still
Oh,
alive.
no.
So most people would have died from that.
Rough. If that was anyone else, that would have been a career-ending.
Yeah, but
Attack.
as we know, he is a bastard.
Yep. With only 2 exert cubes
let's
left,
get the camera
that's
on
going to
him.
be that's going to be pretty rough. Look at that.
He's going to struggle to.
He's gonna find it tough to come back from that, unfortunately. So I've already drawn the token from the bag because it's the only person left to go, and we are, or say, not person. It's a wolf.
Sending in Kratos.
No, not Kratos. The wolf. The wolf. His hairy brother. We are going to have to push this a little bit forwards, I think. What are we as a base? 8. So 8 should be able to get us there. Yeah.
Do you not take you in, or do you need to push it?
I do. I am going to have to push it. Just that 1, I think. I mean...
Is that your 1 cube you've already spent, or is that something else?
That's already been spent. So 1 doesn't quite get me there, so I will push it that 1.
Chucking in a
So
cube.
that is a shame. But
Which might affect what you then do in a minute.
you would like to think it would affect what I'm going to do, but I don't think it will. So the lupus are deadly on attack if you manage to actually roll the dice well. So they go from 5 as a... Is that 5?
5,
Yeah,
8,
5 as a
10,
base.
12.
That is phenomenal, right? They can over double their output with
If you
3
want
exert cubes.
tucker yourself out, yeah.
You will tucker yourself out. That is the only problem, and you're only exerting 2. But I feel like I've got 1 chance to do this, right? So But in true fashion, I'll probably just whiff every single roll.
Given how much damage the bastard's taken, if it were me, I'd probably go all in.
Yeah.
Just try and turn it around.
It has to be. It has to be, doesn't it?
But that could be me just trying to,
He's trying to encourage the rolls.
What am I doing?
So, and this is an opportunity to actually roll a fistful of dice as well.
Battle hammer. Well, I've already used 2, so if I start spaffing cubes on this, I'm going to be tired as well. But my base defense is 5. You're going to be rolling 12 dice. It goes 5, 7, 8. As I don't think I have much choice. I think I'm going to have to put 2 cubes in, except the fact I'm going to be knackered in the next turn.
It's going to be tough for you to defend otherwise. You have to take the risk, I think, to...
I didn't get any 8s when I hit you, did I? I just rolled badly. What did I do? What did I just attack? No, I didn't get any 8s.
No, sevens were your highest.
That's a shame,
which was
because
quite handy.
Would have had crushing and stunned.
So worth noting on the lupus, they have rending. So on an 8+, they cause a wound, which is unblockable. So there is potential. If these all come out as 8s, then that is...
Yeah.
I've not seen it happen yet, but we'll...
I think I'm...
crazier things have happened.
8 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So I do have a fistful of dice here. I'd just like to point out. That is what Ben's talking about, a fistful of dice. So
yeah, I have a tiny handful of dice. Yeah, whatever. Now, there's no support for you here because your bastard sword guy's tied up, and my guys aren't in base contact with you, and so it doesn't really help.
Let's see what we can do.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, there's three 8s in there. Oh, my goodness. 3 8s, and he's hitting on a 6 up. So there's 2 extra hits, 3 extra hits that can be blocked.
Oh, my word.
So out of the 12 I rolled, that's pretty decent.
I rolled poorly.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So I got a 7 and 8, nothing special triggers. That was just garbage. So I'm going to take 4 hits from this and probably some other horrible
So
stuff.
you've got 3 unblockables. So that's 3 just instantly gone from you.
So I can only take away from those bottom ones there. So 2 of those bottom ones go.
So that is 4 wounds coming through to you.
It's not really what I wanted. So I'm gonna take my cubes from my used stack.
Yeah, that seems sensible.
But that leaves me with 2, which is pants.
So I'm glad that went off. That shows the strength of the lupus. I mean, they can move really quickly, and they can throw a lot at a character. I mean, we were 2 away from absolutely annihilating you there. Which the only thing as well, I'll move my exert cubes down now. The only thing that has happened is I'm now severely crippled to a degree, right? I don't have as much. I'm gonna refresh another 2, but you know, was it worth it? Probably to put your guy down to that.
I think so, because I think you've balanced it now.
Yeah.
You've got a crippled bastard. I've got a crippled MC hammer. I think you'll probably then take the edge when you get Kratos in with the 2 sickles there.
If I can get round there, I don't see why not, eh? So yeah, we're all done. So that is turn 2 over and done with. We're on to.
Have you not got Kratos to go?
He went. He just moved up. Yeah, he didn't have anything. Yeah.
Okay, so
he's
it
a
is
little bit further out.
very even then.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we get to put our tokens back in and refresh.
And we got this little battle over here going on with the battle mage defending back here as well. Also worth pointing out, she has the ability to heal, so Liam could potentially heal up his guys and come back into it a little bit more refreshed.
And it'll be difficult because you can't guarantee activation order.
Yep.
You know, do I waste the time healing him, knowing he's going to get hit in the face again, or actually do I just attack first to him if I get first activation?
Definitely.
Use him before he dies. We've got to refresh our cubes.
Yep. So we'll do our refreshes.
So not all of my guys are going to have all their stamina back.
No, same with mine. So I only refreshed 2 with the lupus.
It's worth noting you refresh magic as well. I've got magic refresh of 2, so they come back. That refreshes. So
Most of my guys are nearly fully refreshed. It's just because the hammer guy basically lost everything he wouldn't have got back. But it doesn't really help because he's on two cubes now.
And you see how quickly this escalates, right? I mean, turn 1, we were just coming in. Turn 2, we're in full engagement now. Things are happening. We're already throwing dice. We're already almost losing characters. So it's a quick game, right? Things go from nothing to 100 miles an hour.
Yeah,
Instantly,
I've got
which is
quiet
beautiful.
now because I'm trying to think how can I dig myself out of this mess.
Do you want to?
Oh
Flip
yeah,
over
we're
the turn
going
counter.
we're on turn 3 now, aren't we? So
Yep.
let's need to engage my brain. I got lost in tactical thought.
That's it. Well, let's see what we can do. Can we draw a demon? Ah, it's over to
Sure,
Liam.
that was good. I needed that.
Oh, never mind.
Now I'm kind of thinking use the hammer before I lose it. As
Yeah.
much as I'd like to heal them, as much as I'd like to do the longbow before people are tied up in combat, because once that chain sickle guys comes in, I've got them to shoot. I know I'd like to hit the hammer guy over here because he's got stun as well, but that my hammer guy he's pretty much dead man walking, so I'm going to use him before he goes.
Yep.
So
I'm assuming you're going on the bastard sword guy.
I think
or...
so. I think we need to try and finish him off.
Okay.
Mind you, I've got stunning, haven't I? If I rolled a few 8s, I'd actually stop your werewolf from actually doing anything. But then your werewolf is... How many cubes your werewolf got this turn?
He's got 7 there at the minute.
You've got 7 to use.
7 to use. Well, 4 to use.
4 to
7
use.
in total.
So if he does go all out, he's going to be vulnerable in defence. So
That's the risk you play, right? When you get down to those sort of levels, it really does make you think about how you're going to use your characters. And it kind of throws a curveball into the game, which makes it a little bit more interesting.
that's where the nuance is. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to do my my sergeant with battle hammer, and he is going to target your bastard.
Okay, well, I know what I'm doing.
Okay, well I've put 2 in because
I'm only going for the 1.
I want my attack to go from 4 to 8.
Oof.
3, 4,
5.
5, 6.
Only 5
7,
defence
8.
rolls, but I've
And
seen
I
crazier
actually-
things happen.
Get an assist on the halberd as well. I can't use the... Oh no, hang on. Battle hammer's fighting him, so I'd actually get an assist from the spear and the halberd.
I needed the sickle dude in there. This would have been different had the sickle guy been around, because that would have been an even playing field. Right, here we go. Oh, not the best. 3.
Oh, I need 6s. That's...
Oh, that looks like enough.
Is it
Oh.
enough? It's deceiving with the D8 sometimes. I think there's 4 hits. There's an 8 in there.
I've defended 3. 1 goes through. Oh.
But I've got an 8. Crushing. Convert a... Now it says hit to a miss. We've already spoken to Ben about that. It says actually a miss to a hit.
So that seems
So
like it's the
I'm
guy
gonna
down.
convert this 2 to a hit as well. That gives me 5. And stunning, which I think you missed a turn, but I think it might be irrelevant, is it?
It's going to be irrelevant. He is gone. The bastard.
Wow.
The bastard is down. That's it. Wow. Okay.
That was the right
Smashed
move.
it.
I
Wow.
mean, my sergeant's dead man walking.
It took 3 guys to take him down again. This happens regularly.
My sergeant's dead man walking, but he got his kill in before he went. So
That's it. Well,
make sure I get this on the right side. So a moral victory point to me.
gone. Oh.
So I got a little gem in one of
Didn't
our
even get to
maths.
show off his real skills. I think that was because he did so well in the last game. It was they knew. They were told target that guy.
He was marked.
Get rid of him. He was marked for
He
death,
was
wasn't he,
marked,
from the last turn? Yeah.
Yeah, he's as Sean Bean would call him, a bastard. So
Wow.
now
That's
if I
it.
can
First
get,
casualty.
if I can get another draw out this sack, that would be great.
That would be huge. Yeah. Let's try and. Oh, what do we get? Oh,
Demon. It's not gonna
demon.
happen.
That's big. That's big. Now the real question is, Do I go with a battle over there with the hammer and the sword, or do I feel like I have to bring in my sickle dude? But then I'm just sort of feeding you characters as well, which is not really ideal. But then
It's tricky because he's fresh, and if he goes in, he can't be shot. However, the
there
werewolf,
is that, isn't it?
werewolf might be a case of use it or lose it. But then, if you smash the greatsword guy over here, you're probably going to tip the right flank.
It's a tough one because I could potentially draw another character next turn, right? I could potentially draw another one of my own characters again, which would tip it again in my favour. But
And that's where Drago's really good.
oh, Drake. Let's not talk about Drago, right? Well, that is one hell of a guy.
Additional activation.
So we've got eight to move, which we would easily make it to those guys over there. I feel like what's the sickle dude doing? He's on full health.
Did he reroll misses or something?
He does re-roll misses in combat. Yeah, he's got cleaving as well, so
Did
two
you
of them
reroll
can be
all of them,
just
or-
two. So against the keyword cleaving, it has a 2 in the brackets, meaning that you can re-roll 2 of. So I think I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in with a sickle dude, and he's just going to go straight in at the spearman. It avoids him being shot, although if I kill him, opens him back up again. But let's see.
Now you can flee away from people, but you need a 5+ for every person or every opponent, I should say, you're standing next to. So if the spearman was going to draw, fall back and fire, he would need a 5+. Otherwise, he's staying there.
And I positioned it in such a way that it doesn't actually give Liam any outnumbering benefits. If I was to have moved him back into where the bastard sword dude was, then it creates a difficulty for me. I become outnumbered. But by placing it there, it gives me the ability to remain a little bit more effective and to negate some of your outnumbering.
I'd be interested. We have to find it later on because I might try the withdraw and it might fail. But if I could pull it off, I don't know if you can re-engage someone who you've withdrawn from.
No, we've not come across that before. That's an interesting one.
In fact, no, it wouldn't really work anyway because you'd move, shoot, and then you couldn't move back in anyway. So scrap that. Yeah. Right. So spearman. So what's your attack track like?
So attack track goes from 5 to 8 to 9, which is quite nasty.
My spearman's already a bit tired anyway.
So I did say before I moved 8, that's incorrect. I will edit myself there and say it's a 7, but he was well within range.
What am I going to do? Okay, I've decided.
Yes, I think it's only fair that I go with 2, right?
I'm exerting myself full again, so I put 2 in as well, which takes me from 5, 6 to 7.
Yep. So with cleaving, I could potentially convert a few more into hits. Let's see what we can do. Hitting on a 5 on this one, so that looks pretty rough. It looks like it's going in there, so that's quite a few hits. There was an 8 there as well.
That's a hell of a lot of hits.
I'm screwed. And I get to re-roll.
Oh, he's gone, isn't he? I think.
Reroll misses in combat, so I'll reroll those 2 as well. 8 doesn't give me anything. That's well another 2 hits. Oh well.
I am boned. Gosh, I am really boned.
Oh, that was lucky.
Yeah, that's horrible.
So what have we got?
I got 2.
7.
2, take away 2, but because you got those extra 2 hits, I'm just royally screwed.
Wiped out. Is that an instant death, is it?
Yeah, I've got 5 cubes. You've just, what have you done? 6?
7.
7, show off.
Big 7.
Yeah, he's gone. He's
absolutely murdered. There we go. Well, tit for tat, right? Oh. You took out my guy, I'll take out yours. The only thing now that's happened is that I've allowed your archer a free target, which not the worst thing in the world, but
no, because they don't fire a lot of dice.
They're not incredible. I mean, they're there to just chip away, right? Which is what archers do, essentially.
They're right against scarabs, I found, but against Storr, they're not really going to scratch it.
No, Storr are too tough. They'll just laugh that off, right?
Yeah.
And just bounce off their muscular physique.
I might paint a red stripe down his face and just be done with it. Like God of War.
Beautiful. Right. Back to the sack.
I'm done.
dipping my hand in the sack, and I have a
Oh,
God, a demon.
Oh, this is a game changer.
Not happy.
Well,
Not happy.
I think actually one thing we possibly should have done.
Bane Hammer. The real question is, are the demons going to win?
The
Well,
demons always win, ultimately.
The Emperor will just munch whoever's left.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, we're doing his bidding, right? We're doing the Emperor's bidding, so he does not care from where the blood flows. I think one thing we failed to point out with the bastard sword dude going down, we should have taken out one of the activation tokens.
We should have.
Yes.
In fact, well, I'll tell you what. Take one out now for him.
Yeah.
And I will take one out for my spearman the following turn.
Yes. That seems fair.
Balances out.
Yep. So once a guy's killed, if he's not been activated, the token will come out. Obviously showcasing the fact that you are now slightly limited in your capabilities. So we're still going to go with my initial pick. Do I go with a wolf here? It's tough. I could, cripple him even further and take out. What's your hammer dude? Really low, isn't it? And my wolf is.
Hammer dude is dead man walking.
Yeah,
However,
I think it might
there's
be
an
worth
important
doing.
battle on the other side as well.
This is a really, really important battle. He's got enough to survive the greatsword, but has he got enough to also survive the battle mage as well? That's the question. I think with your battle hammer being so close to death and him being an elite as well, this is an opportunity I can't throw away. So
Yeah, for the battle.
let's go with the wolf.
Okay, well I've got no cubes, so I can't.
You've got
I
no
can't do anything.
cubes.
So
What's your standard defense then?
5.
5. So my standard attack is 5. I could push it. Oh, if I was to push it too much, it would make it tough. I need to make sure I guarantee this. So I'm just going to push it to 1, giving me 8.
Starting to regret my life choices.
This is where everyone goes, I wish I was Storr. I made the right decision to begin with. Storr are fantastic.
Now, if this were me, actually, I probably would have played this differently. I probably would have done the battle on the other side, because the hammer guy's already been.
Yeah.
However, it would have allowed my halberd to get in, and that might have made a difference. So, swings and roundabouts.
Oh yeah, your battle guy, your battle hammer has gone, hasn't it?
Gone.
I hadn't
so
considered that.
it's
That's a
not
good
threat.
point. But I'm gonna stick with my guns here. I hadn't considered that. Had I actually paid attention and noticed that your battle hammer had gone, I might have chosen a different. That is a very fair point. Yeah.
But with 5 dice, I don't think he's going to
No,
survive.
we'll go for it anyway. Oh well, I've got 1 undefendable, which is quite handy, and then what's he hitting on? 6s. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 more coming through that can be defended.
Does that 5 hit?
Sorry.
I
You're
think
wrong.
it's a moot point. You got 4 hits. I'm just done. And 1 undefendable. I've defended 2, but I've still got 2 coming through. He's only got 2 cubes left, so he is in the bin.
You're gone. Ooh, and you see how quickly this swings.
Sarge is down.
All of a sudden, I felt like I was a little bit. I lost the bastard dude. I was like, oh no, this could turn. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
But now I've got 2 dudes open, right, ripe for attack. So.
But he's not looking good.
Let's see.
I
You draw.
do need an activation, otherwise.
Yeah, if you don't get to activate this turn, this could be rough.
Now, after I pull, I'm then going to take one of mine out to balance the scales. So it's a shield, and then do you want to
Do you want to pull?
do you
Yeah,
wanna hunt
okay.
me down, get another
There we
shield?
go. So that's your shield, dude.
So
for
he'll
the
go on the
great
dead
sword.
guy.
No,
And then I'm going to activate. So they've both been over there, haven't they?
The wolf has been, and the sickles guy has been.
So
Yes.
there's no need for me to rush that. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go for my great sword.
Yeah. So we're gonna bring the battle over here.
And
Lovely.
his attack track is 468. Though. No. Yeah.
So my hammer dude's lost 2 health at the minute, so he's got 5 exert cubes and hasn't done anything with it. My defense is 3, 4, and 5. It's a tough one. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Okay.
Yeah, so I put in 2 to go max out my
I just
attack.
put in the 1. Yeah.
Rude not to, so I've got 8.
Yeah. So it's worth noting as well, we do a little bit of an honour system as well, where I think the game suggests that you kind of hide your choices from the player.
Yeah.
We just make our decisions in our head and we work on an honour system. So.
Yeah, and we kind of, that's worked quite well for us down at our club.
Oh, 3 defences. I'll take that.
I don't think I rolled very well there at all.
Oh,
Needed 6s.
there's 2 that I can see
I've
there.
got 3.
Oh, 3.
No, 2. You're
2.
right.
Yeah. So I completely defended that.
Oh, what? These
Rough.
dice.
Rough.
These dice.
Oh, that I blessed the Emperor before I came here, and it's working in my favour.
However, what I might do, I am free to break away. So I might just see if I roll a 5, which I have, 6 plus. So I could actually move him. Now,
Make me chase you a little bit more, but it also frees me up to come for the battle mage, which, you know.
just thinking, am I going to get any advantage from moving him? Because I can redirect traffic a little bit.
I suppose you've got to hope that you can draw again straight after. That's the only problem, right?
Yeah. Is that hammer guy wounded? Did I scratch him earlier?
He has been wounded. He's had 2 wounds taken off of him, so he's suffering a little bit. Yeah, but he's prepared and ready to bring that hammer down.
Bring the hammer down. I mean, I could move him, but actually, I don't think it's going to help. So I'm going to. No, what I will do actually is I will move him on the off chance I get another activation, because if I do, I could shoot him.
Nice. And then positioning him there is
Position
quite
him
clever as
there, so you can't plant your base there.
well. Yeah.
At least I don't think you can. So I think it protects the mage. You probably want to come for the sword guy anyway, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
but,
I'm not going to be able to do anything to the mage with that. Some very clever positioning going on there as well.
If I get another activation, I can put some. Oh, mind you, if I don't get the assist in combat.
Yeah, that's also a thing. Yeah, you will not get the assist from combat. Yeah. What's your greatsword on? He's not lost any health yet, by the look of it.
I'm going to do that.
Okay.
It might be the wrong move, but
We'll see. It's over to the demons, or the Storr in this case.
So are you going to go around the corner, or are you going to come at the mighty swordsman?
So I do only have the hammer dude left, so 7. Moving 7. I don't think I can swing round quite that much. I would have to exert, which might not be the worst thing in the world. How
many cubes has he got left to use?
He's got 4 to use, and then he would be overexerting himself in any combat scenario. I don't think the 10 even. I mean, it's a tough one. No, I don't think the 10 even reaches there. So that's some really clever positioning by you. So I'm just gonna move my up to 7 and just charge straight at the guy who's cowardly running away from me. And I think it's obvious what I need to do in this situation, really.
Yeah, and it's pretty obvious
Yeah.
what I need to do. A paltry defense of 5 isn't going to cut it, so I'm chucking in 2.
Yeah, going for my full 2 as well, so I can get a small fistful of those.
I'm getting 7.
7 against my 8, that's still pretty decent. So worth noting, I stun on an 8 plus, and I also convert a hit to a miss or a miss to a hit.
Do not want any 8s. Come on.
Oh!
6s.
Well, that wasn't the best.
Rolled quite well, actually. 3 defence.
So that does stun, that's a hit, and that's a hit, and then we convert that to a hit as well. So we'll just move that to 5. Did get an 8 in there, so you're stunned. What was your defence?
My defence was 6, so I've got 3.
3, so you're taking 1 wound, unfortunately.
The main problem is
and then you are stunned as well.
Is that the skull and crossbones?
Skull and crossbones, from what I can remember, yes.
That's annoying.
So that essentially means that you can't, you get 1 less activation, I believe. Or you can't, sorry, you can't attack.
I mean,
Sorry,
in a
I
way,
apologise.
it's better that he was stunned than Battle Mage because he's used so many
It is.
cubes. He's only going to get a couple back next turn.
Yep.
So I suppose being stunned isn't the end of the world, but it's not ideal because we're really wanting to attack. So, is it just the Battle Mage left?
There's
more
probably
stuff.
2 of yours. You've
Oh,
got
how
you've got
bad? We've got
3
2.
of your guys left to go. So it's
I've
you
got
drawing
one
from
though.
the sack 3 times.
Okay, 3. So I'll just chuck them all on the table.
Yep.
So we are going to start with the longbow, I think, who is going to...
Are we coming over here?
Did she have a clear shot at the hammer guy? Or was he got cover in between? What's her range?
In combat anyway, right? Can you shoot into combat?
Oh, he's in combat, yeah, forget that. I'll have to be the chain sickle guy. I don't think there's much point in moving, she's clearly in range.
No, she's got good good height advantage there. So
She got clear line of shot, I would
yeah, she's seeing the lupus over the top of her halberd guy.
Well, I'm going to chuck a cube in because the shooting's pants, it's 2. A cube takes it up to 3, so it's kind of have to do that. So do you want to, are you planning on chucking any cubes in on the defence?
What have we got? So I'm pretty exerted on my lupus guy there. So that's going to be pretty.
This is, oh, maybe I should shoot the lupus.
Oh, who are you going for? The sickle dude or the
Yeah,
lupus
sickle.
dude?
How much life is the lupus
This-
got?
The lupus is still on full health, but he's fairly exerted at this point.
And the chain sickle guy's fresh, is he?
He's again fresh, but not quite as exerted. Yes.
No, I'm going to go for the lupus.
Yeah.
Well, what's the defence in the lupus?
We are going for a 3, 4, or 5, and it's the same again for the sickle guy as well. 3, 4,
Let's go for the
5.
lupus because he does a lot more
Yeah.
attacks.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to do anything with that. I'm going to leave.
Going to tank it.
Yeah.
So, hit on 3. And also piercing on an 8.
Oh,
So some
could be
8s
harsh.
would be good. No
Oh.
8s, but 3 hits. That's really good.
Oh wow. A single defence there.
That's really good.
So 2 wounds coming through. I'll take them off of there. So
Yeah, so I made a massive mistake earlier when I was trying to hit with the longbow on a 6+.
yes, yeah, they do have their own separate track. Yeah, sorry.
No, that was me being stupid. Yeah, because hitting on a 3 is big beer, so that's good. So 2 cubes, was it?
Yeah, I took 2 cubes off. Yeah.
He's not going to move, he's in a good position, but they don't
Yeah.
shoot out many attacks.
No,
it's
but
quite low, but
a little chip here and there is quite handy, right?
So I'm going to
Oh.
chuck in the halberd, who's just going to move to the side.
Yeah.
Oh, mind you, won't be able to be shot then, but maybe I should move the longbow guy as well. It's kind of too late now, I've moved on anyway. So, halberd, he's going to attack, and I'm going to go all in because I need to nail this lupus. So, 2 cubes takes me up to 9.
I'm in a pickle here, so I will probably have to do my full exert as well. It's the only thing that makes sense.
So, hitting on a 6, really I need some 8s.
Yep. 5s to defend here. Oh goodness.
That is evil.
Oh wow.
One
Oh, that
miss.
is rough.
1 miss.
Look at that.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe you're gonna roll some dice. That's what you want to do.
6,
Oh, wow.
7, 7, 6, 8, 8,
That
6,
is a lupus
6.
gone.
Dead.
That is a lupus
I don't care
gone.
what you rolled.
No, I don't think that's possible. So I only defended 2.
What's the
I've got
phrase? Cannot
5.
repel firepower of this magnitude.
5. Let's just see, because you never know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, gone. Out. 1 away. Well, 2 away essentially.
That was a fluke, frankly.
They be the dice, right? I mean, that is the beauty of a dice game, right? It can sort of swing one way or the other. And D8s are an interesting type of dice as well, right? I think
They
it's quite.
roll flat, I find. Which you have to get some height on them, I think, to give them a good shake.
Yeah.
So,
So that's a Wolfie down. Oh no.
now I don't think I've been updating this actually, because you 2 have killed 2 guys, I've killed 2, so we're actually 2 apiece.
Yep.
So moral victory wise, it's
a draw. I don't know what it is points wise. Well, actually I do, because my two guys. Well, my side is probably about as similar to your lupus.
That's the thing, right? I mean, yeah, you'll always be sort of ahead of me unless I can table you, because the lupus is 30, that guy's a good 40. Your guys are certainly a lot less than that. So unless I table you, you'll always be at a points victory for me.
Yeah. However, I think my line has been broken.
Yes, the line's definitely been broken, and I can see some damage coming through soon enough.
Don't think the halberd guy's going to stand up to Kratos on his own.
No.
I think you're probably going to ignore the archer.
Yeah, I mean, unless she comes down, she's going to be ignored. 23 for the chain sickle guy. Sorry, no, let's go for... The bastard dude was 22 for him and 30 for the lupus. So you've scored a 55 points at the minute against...
I think my Sarge with Battle Hammer is similar to a chain sickle guy, is he?
Yeah. Is he an elite? So with the Battle Hammer 24, so that's about right. Yeah. And then the Spear
cheap.
guy is pretty cheap, 14. So 38 there. So trailing behind you ever so slightly, but
I think you're going to have free reign over the
what
table
I've got
now.
left on the table is still pretty rough. You've still got one more activation.
Is it the Battle Mage?
It is a Battle Mage.
Battle Mage. So,
Now, question: can you magic into combat? Right? Is that something?
well,
Because it looks to me like you can't get into combat.
I would have to go around the
You would
other
have to go
side.
all the way round, yeah, into there.
But I'm actually thinking of potentially doing something a bit left field here.
Are you going to portal away?
I'm not going to use the portal because I want the mana to do my lightning storm. But Battle Mage moves base movement of 6.
What could you be doing?
What could I be doing? And she's got a range of...
She's like, on your own, on your own, guy.
range of 18 with the bolts. So I'm actually thinking if I just move 6 over here, because he's stunned, you've got to then decide if you're going to just ignore him and move away or carry on. So I'm then going to go over here, lend some support over here, because I don't think Halberd Guy, as well as he's done, because he has been man and match for me, I don't think he's going to survive on his own. So I'm going to chuck 4 bolts.
He's going to struggle. He's going to struggle.
Oh, I made a mistake earlier.
Go on.
When you do spell casting,
Yep. Oh, you meant to roll
you're
your...
supposed to roll the dice.
Yes,
and
you
if
are.
you roll the one, you miscast.
Yes. Do you know what?
So-
It crossed my mind for a brief second and then we just moved on.
So, but then I fluffed up on my longbow, so I suppose it swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, swings and roundabouts. Yeah.
So I have to do a spellcasting roll. Don't want a 1. Got a 4. That's
We
fine.
want to see a 1-1 there.
Well, the table's quite funny. I think one of the miscasts is he turned into a horse and foxtrot Oscar, which I don't want. And then lightning storm. I hit on a 5+. I got 4 dice. 2 for the 2 mana I chucked into it. 2 for my casting.
So it'd be my 2, only my 2 magic defense. 4 and a 7.
Whiffs, it whiffs. I got 1 rubbish, which
Well,
you
we
blocked.
defended. Beautiful. Well, that was lucky.
Garbage. Okay, we're done. So it's refresh cube time.
Wow. Oh, blimey. That was tough. That was a very swingy round, that was. That went one way and then the other very quickly. And that is one of the things that I really enjoy about this game. It's never... All the times we've played, it's never felt like it's been dominated by one side. There's been moments where it's like, oh, I'm ahead, I'm feeling really strong here. And then all of a sudden something happens and it's like, oh no, I'm starting to feel I'm on the back foot. And there's that really nice sort of back and forwards balance of the game, which I think is done really well.
I think it's because units get weak when they spend their cubes, and then things rubber band a bit.
Yeah. When you get to this sort of stage, and you know, with my chain sickle dude being at full health, he's...
Oh, is that right? 1, 2, 3. Sorry.
You gotta, leave some of them there. Oh, I've only got 2 activations. Oh, that's gonna be rough.
1, 2, 3. I've got 4 going in the bag.
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
Against my 2. So this is where you will have to use this to your advantage, really, to be honest, right? You have to make sure that you can pull them quickly and
need to
get
go
there,
first.
get in there. So
I need to
let's
go
give this a
first.
little shuffle. And we are drawing a shield.
Needed
Typical.
that, needed
Typical.
Now my stunned guy is stunned.
Yeah.
If you're stunned, you just lose your entire go, don't you?
Yeah, essentially, you're done for the turn. You can't attack, but you can defend. Yes. Let's just make sure we read it properly from here. Stunned. While stunned, they can defend themselves as normal, but in their next activation, they cannot move or attack. After it activates, remove the stun marker. So, very nicely done.
I'm going to do my longbow.
Yep.
I'm going to do longbow and I'm going to chuck
Yep.
all my cubes in. Or
What's
one.
she going to go for?
I'm only allowed to put 1 in on shooting, which takes to 2 to a poultry 3.
Can she even see is the question? Yeah, she can see it. I mean, I'd say she can see the dude.
I might.
Seems only fair.
I might drop it down as well. I've needed.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. If you fail the drop down, do you lose your go?
That's it. You stop, don't you?
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'll shoot first and run later.
Yeah. You seem to just stop as soon as you fall down. You've ended your activation. That's
Okay,
it.
well, I won't drop down just yet. Then I might do that afterwards. So I've got 3 dice because I've chucked a cube in. Do you want to chuck any on the defence?
Do you know what? I'm just going to hold it. I think.
I'm going to take this opportunity to refill my bowl with Doritos.
Yes.
So I'm going to have some rustling.
Yeah. It's important to stay hydrated and well fed during these games. That's what people don't actually realise though. It's an active thing, right? And we're up on our feet a lot of the time, right? Moving around. You know, they think that we're lazy. We're not.
I'm burning off the Doritos with all my dice rolling. Right, so 3 plus to hits. 2 hits.
2 defences.
Oh,
Look at that.
garbage.
Lovely.
So then I'm going to try and drop down on the floor. I need a 2 plus.
Oh.
Created. What do I do? Just stop at the bottom?
You just stop at the bottom. Yeah. So do you want to go backwards or forwards?
I'll put her on the back side
Yeah.
so she's a little bit away.
That's it. So
she just craters and then doesn't go any further, which is a pain. And then we go back to the sack. Where's the sack?
sack's just here. I've hidden it.
Okay.
Hoping that it will work in my favour.
My turn to touch
Yep.
cloth, isn't it?
Get in there deep. Draw from the demonic.
I'm going deep.
Draw from the demonic
Deep.
pit. No!
Shield. So,
Oh, the odds have now been...
well, I think I need to send the halberd in, don't I?
Yeah.
I have to do. I think it's a no-brainer. So he's
The odds
going
are fair
in.
now. Yeah, it has to happen.
He is pretty exhausted. So
So that works in my benefit now, because my guy is full health, full exert, full everything, so...
okay, I know what I'm going to do. Do you know what you want to do?
Yeah, what's
in
your
defence?
attack track?
369.
369. So my defense is 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. Okay. There's only one thing I have to do here.
Okay, well I'm putting in 2.
Yeah, I'm putting in 2. That makes sense.
I need 9 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Half of a fistful.
So you've been playing conservative a bit. I've just been
Yeah.
like going all out on dice.
Yeah, I mean, I've noted in our previous games, the more I exert myself, the harder it is for me to survive later on. If you hold yourself back a little bit more, then you've got a little bit more of a chance to survive in a later game. And I feel like the late game is where this gets really swingy. So, not exerting yourself too much in the beginning probably helps later on.
I think so. The reason I don't bother is because I've got less health.
The thing is, it goes against my complete being. I want to just get in there and start throwing heavy. It's just who I am naturally. I'm an orc player when it comes to normal games.
You need
You
to
know?
last, so you need to go the
Yeah.
distance. Oh, look at that. I've got a dice on a dice.
Nice.
Do I re-roll that or do I'm just going to drop it down. So,
Not the best defence from me, unfortunately. That
dear, I
didn't
really
come out
wanted
well.
an 8. I've got an 8.
Two.
Oh,
I did get an 8.
I've got an 8. Hits. I hit on a 6. Oh, actually, that's quite good.
So I've bled. So I'll move the bleed token over to that dude.
Razor's Edge on an 8 plus.
Yeah.
Oh, did you do your bleed?
I've just moved it over. It was on the bastard dude, so I've just moved the bleed over.
Didn't he? So yeah, 8 plus does the bleeding.
Yeah.
And I've got 4 hits.
2 defences, so two wounds coming in. So I'll just move them off.
Well, that's better than a poke in the eye, but it's still not enough. I don't think. Unless he bleeds.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's
There's not enough for one-on-one.
There's still
not
enough
against the
there for the
Storr.
chain sickle dude to do enough. But what's your defense on that dude? I mean, he's still at full health, so it's going to be tough for me to take him out in one go. So we're tied down for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I think we're on turn 4 as well.
We are on turn 4. I didn't do that, did I?
So,
what are we doing? 4 turns or 5 turns?
well, I mean, we might not get past more than 4.
We'll assess at the end of the
Yeah.
round.
But we might have to take it to 5 to actually get the full tabling in. Who can table who
well,
first?
in fact, we probably should do 5 because the board is wider, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we actually wasted turn 1 moving.
We did.
And you wouldn't normally do that because the standard playing field is quite narrow.
Yep.
The reason we tend not to play on that narrow playing field is because we simply don't have a map of those dimensions.
Yep.
And we tend to use 3 foot because it's easy,
Yep.
especially
Yep.
when we play down our club.
What do we get? Oh,
Demon.
thank goodness.
So will it be Kratos or will it be MC Hammer?
So this is a funny one. So the dude is stunned, so there's not much he can do. But
But if you don't hit him, I have time to heal him.
yeah. Oh, he's throwing a bit of shade in there, isn't he? Or is he just trying to make me think otherwise? You could potentially heal Ivan though as well, to be honest, right?
I could. Yeah, okay.
I mean, actually, what is his? He's the greatsword, right? So he's not even hurt. He's not
No.
even wounded.
I
Neither
just
of them
threw
are
some
wounded.
bullshit out there to see
No.
if you'd buy it. You saw through it.
Think I might have to go with my sickle dude, to be honest. I mean, you've positioned her really well, so I can't just yeet over that. I would have to take a terrain roll, like a difficult terrain
you
roll.
could just move round it if you exert yourself.
I mean, I can get through there, can't I?
You can go through there. You need a 5 to disengage.
And then I would have to exert to get in because it's 8 as well.
I don't put the disengage rule. I don't know what happens if you fail. I mean, I think you just don't move. So I assume you could then attack.
So, it's not something I've ever done, so this is a nice little learning opportunity for everyone.
They do it very often.
It's not in this. It's not in the keywords. So where
No,
it's disengaged, it's going to be
in
in
combat
the
somewhere, I think.
the
Withdrawing.
locked in combat. To disengage from combat, they must roll 1 die for each opponent and attempt a break-free test with a target number of 5 or higher. If they succeed in the test, they gain the freedom to move away. However, if they fail, they must proceed with their turn as usual, but unable to move.
Okay.
So you can still attack
Yeah, you
afterwards.
can
So
just try.
okay, I mean it's worth the punt, isn't it? Because then otherwise I'll just carry on hitting him.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, interestingly, there's a few. That rule book is beautifully presented. One of the really nice things is you can find rules real quick.
Yeah.
Because I played games like Infinity, you kind of need to use the app
Yeah.
or the wiki for that to get around the rules quickly.
Yeah.
And it's a great app, but if you're using the basic rule book, it takes a while to find the rule. Other ones, I love Elder Scrolls, but it takes a while to find rules. You find rules really fast on that. However, some of them are a bit ambiguous
Yes.
because they are quite short.
Yes.
But in terms of finding something quickly and digesting it
Yeah.
quickly, you saw how rapidly we picked that
Yeah.
one out.
Very well done. Yeah. I mean all the keywords are in the back. I feel like there could be maybe a few more keywords thrown in here as well. Certainly like the disengage. You could probably condense that down into a smaller
You probably
sort of
could
segment
actually.
and just say.
Probably could.
But really well done, and it is a beautiful little book as well. The stories in the front of it are phenomenal.
Story's good. They're
Really
very
enjoyable.
atmospheric.
Yeah, really build the world out. So I am going to try to disengage. I'm going to go for a 5-up roll. If not, I'm just going to carry on smacking him with my hammer. And I do. Right. So I'm going to yeet it past there and go into the battle mage there. I am going to have to exert one just to be able to move. Is it? No, it's the hammer dude, isn't it? There we go. Oh, he would have refreshed that, so I'll leave that there. Sorry, he would have refreshed it last time.
Cube manipulation.
We'll have to go back and watch it
gaze
afterwards.
of Aranath seems old. Is it Aranath? Have I spelled that right? I'm never quite sure what the apostrophes do when you have them in the middle of names.
I mean, I can barely even say my own name, let alone someone else's. So.
Well, I appreciate Craig's a tough one.
Yeah.
But then I get Leham, Lion.
Do you know?
I quite like L-I-M. I think that's the way to go.
Do you know what I get a lot for some reason because of my surname? I get called Jeff a lot.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It happens far too often, and I don't quite understand.
Craig Jeff.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh dear. All right. So I'm gonna let's see what we can do on the old attack, shall we?
What's your attack track? What do you do?
We go from a 4 to a 6 to an 8.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do. Okay, I've decided.
Yeah.
I've
I know what I'm doing.
2 to go. 5, 6, 7.
3, 6, 8. And hopefully I can stun her, and that will make it very difficult. Is she gone? No, so that would make it really difficult
Bring a
for
little
you.
tear to my eye.
That really would. It would. Hang on. Let's get the battle camera in there. Let's get the action shown. There we go. Sorry about that.
Dice around.
There we go.
Knocking my cubes.
So for anyone who wasn't watching on the battle camera, we skirted around there and came into the battle mage here.
Right, I need 6s. I need a lot of them.
Oh, we did get our stun in. So that's huge.
I've only defended two defence.
So we get the 1 from that, and he's hitting on 5s. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 in total. And the crushing converts a miss to a hit as well. So that's another hit from that as well.
So how many got in total?
5.
Bloody hell. And I've negated 2, so I'm going to lose 3
So-
cubes.
One thing I'm wondering, so this is something that Ben might have to clear up, and there's nothing that I've seen in the rules in any way. You've got 2 different abilities here. I'm wondering whether you choose between which one you want to do, because it's got a line. So there's like a line in the sand almost, like you choose your stunning or you choose your crushing.
I hadn't
I'm
thought about
wondering.
that. I mean, it might just be presentation, but it might be, as you say.
You have to choose between which you want to do. Do you want it to be a crush or do you want it to be a stun?
Because they're pretty nasty, aren't they?
To have both seems very powerful.
And we need to clear up, and it's a moot point again because you've done wounds, but we need to clear up whether you apply these things even if you don't do wounds.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change the fact that I've lost 3, so I'm going to take 2 from used.
And unfortunately, that is another stun on a character who hasn't been activated.
Which is really irritating.
That's a tough one, unfortunately.
But it will mean that I clear stunned quite quickly.
Yes.
So I will get her back next turn, I'll get the other guy back next turn.
Yep.
In fact, that's all I can do. All I can do now is clear stuns. So.
Okay.
Because I don't think you can do anything else. So shield. So clear stunned on the battle mage.
Yep.
Can I not do spells? Does it literally say you can't do anything?
It just says you can't do anything. I'll give it a little read again.
I think there's a page near the back, isn't there, or something?
Yeah. So stunning. No, that's stunning.
From memory, I think it's a page which actually shows the tokens.
Stunned. When stunned, they can defend themselves as normal, but in their next activation, they cannot move or attack. So it says nothing. It says nothing about magic, but
in which case,
attack, charge, magic. I mean, it is its own thing, so it's questionable.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So shooting. So it says you can't move or attack. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to spend.
Well, here, if you look at the wording though, attacks can be made up of using a choice of ranged, hand-to-hand, magic. So if we go on the wording alone, attack. Right. Attack is grouped into multiple things. I believe that's what Ben may have wanted. Ben would have to confirm with us.
Attacks.
How do you want to play
it? Made up of using a choice. So does choice mean singular though, or plural? Because that's quite critical, isn't it? Because it's just saying that's what you can choose from.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, it does say attacks. Does that say you can't attack?
Yep, says you can't attack.
Okay, right. So I can't then choose one or more from that list. What a pain. So no magic for me. Okay, bit of rules lawyering there. Done. So
I mean, I'll take it for now, and
I
Let's
feel
draw.
that things are sliding away from me. Here.
they are. They're coming away. Right, who have we got? Ooh,
Demon.
We got a demon. So, and then it's just your shield guy left.
You know, who's this chain sickle guy?
That's Chainsicle guy. He hasn't even gone yet.
I'm going to do mine now anyway because it makes no odds to the
Yep.
game, which is just
Yep.
clearing the stun on the greatsword. So I might as well just chuck it in the
Yep.
bag. So I'm going to
Okie
get hit in the
dokie.
face
So,
by
what are we going to
greatswords.
do? Yeah. Sickle guy against the Hellbird. Let's see if he can. He's still at full health.
I'm
so
chucking my remaining cubes in because I have to.
yeah, I feel like there's only one thing I can do here, to be honest. So, because he is bleeding, I have to roll for a bleed. So it's a 1 to a 4 to get rid of it.
A 1 to 4 you bleed, don't you?
1 to 4 you bleed. 5 you
It goes, I think.
it goes. Let's just double check though.
I want to see you bleed.
Yeah. Bleeding. On a 5 the unit stops bleeding. So yeah, 1 to 4 you remain bleeding. So can I do this? Hey,
Oh,
no longer
you're gonna have to
bleeding.
quote
Oh.
Predator now, aren't you? I ain't got time to bleed. Is it Predator? I think it is.
Yeah, that's Dutch, isn't it?
Is it
Yeah,
Dutch?
it's Dutch when they've
Yeah.
just assaulted the compound.
Yeah.
And he goes, "You're bleeding." I ain't got time
I
to
ain't got
bleed.
time to bleed. They don't-
Brilliant.
It sounds really
What a
cliche,
great
but
reference.
they do not make films like that now.
I believe he was a genuine soldier as well.
Was he?
Yeah, I think he was a genuine soldier. There was a couple in there that were actual shot soldiers.
know that.
Like, yeah.
Interesting.
I may be wrong, and I'd love for someone to clear it up for me, but yeah. I'm going to have to go home and do the research myself, but...
Well, maybe that spam guy in the chat will clear it
yeah,
up for
come on,
us.
spam guy, chat with us.
Or
Yeah.
if we still got Banehammer can do some
Yeah.
Google foo. So I'm defending on 7 because I've buffed myself.
Yeah, and I'm going all in with mine,
I
so...
need 6s.
9.
I need a lot of 6s.
I've got reroll misses on this as well, my cleave. So... I'm hitting on a 5, so that's a hit, and that's a hit. And then 2 rerolls. Is it... Ooh, I'll take that. No. Only 3.
I actually rolled rather well. I've got 2 3 7s
Oh, wow.
and a 6.
Oh
which
wow,
is great.
so nothing. A little bit of a whiff from the guy there.
My Albert has just been amazing. It's been the
Wow.
army of one.
That was lucky.
It's
He was so surprised by shaking off the bleed that he didn't know what else to do.
I mean, I've assembled mine already, and I kind of wanted one of everything. But if I was, I don't like going down the spammy route. But if you're that way inclined, I think the halberd actually is probably better than the spear guy because the spear guy is a very short range,
Yeah.
and the halberd is quite nasty in attacks. Going up to 9 dice on the track is.
I mean,
very
you
good.
actually get something from an 8+ on the
You do.
on the halberd, which is a huge advantage.
Razor's Edge, 9 dice attack if you buff it.
Well, ranged is nice. You know, it can't be pushed. You can only shoot 4, and you're not doing anything on top of it. So it does feel like the halberd has that little bit more extra utility
I
to
think
it.
the halberd is because
Which-
I think you're better off being because he's a chod. I think you're better off being at least good at one thing rather than diluting yourself even more. Is my view at least.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But I do like the spear model. I think it looks cool.
They both had their merits for sure, and yeah, they're both incredible models anyway. So, well, that is it. Oh,
We're done. So we've got a.
we're done.
We're not putting them all back in.
We're not
are we?
putting them all
So-
back. No, you're back to having the
4.
advantage.
So I've still
Yeah.
lost 2. You've lost 2. You need to refresh some cubes. I'm not going to get everything back. So 1 back up there. Because my halberd guy's just completely knackered. He's exhausted.
This might be the turn that he comes down.
Great sword will get everything back.
So I got 5 for my hammer, 5 for my sickle, and yeah, I mean, I thought I was out of this a lot sooner, but these guys have really held their own, to be
I'm going
honest.
to do a Marge Simpson.
The only problem that I foresee now is that you're no longer stunned. So
I'm not stunned. I've got more activations. I need an early draw, otherwise I'm out. If I get an early draw and some good hits, I can swing this.
shall we move the tracker on beyond
This is final turn, isn't it?
what Aronoff normally allows us? But he's so happy with the combat and the blood that's flowing, he's allowing this to go on.
So we agreed then, final turn.
I think we should call this at final
Final
turn.
turn.
See who can do what. Get your hand in there.
Okay, right. So I need a shield. It's a shield.
Ooh.
This is
That's big.
important. This
That's
is
a big one.
important. Is Kratos wounded? The chain sickle guy.
So there's 2 wounds off everyone there.
Wounds. The hammer guy. Problem with the hammer guy is he can stun and take turns away, and he could realistically kill my battle mage. Great sword. I'm gonna do the great sword. I think this hammer guy is too much of a problem. Halberd guy's exhausted. He's done well.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do the great sword. He moves 6. I don't think it's enough to get him in. So I'm going to have to push him up to 9 in order to
swing him round
swing
and
him
get
round
the-
and get him.
Right.
So we're going to chuck a... Where is he? He's going to chuck one into there. And then attack-wise, with a tracker 4, 6, 8, we're just going all in. It's the last turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything other to do than go all in myself as well. It makes sense.
Getting 8 dice and getting an assist from the battle mage.
Yeah.
In fact, he doesn't need to go all the way around there, does he?
No, he
can just
wouldn't
go
need
right
to,
here.
yeah.
Should we
Yeah,
get the
yeah.
camera
Just
on there?
do him from behind. Terrible. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah. The sharp edge of his
Is-
longsword from the rear.
And a battle mace to the face as well.
This is where I do it, isn't it? You know this is going to happen because it happens to be in the room. Because it's in the room,
Oh no.
you're getting this right where the sun doesn't shine.
If you manage to take this dude down, I'll have to bend over the table.
1, 2, 3, 4,
But
5, 6,
in the same
7.
vein, if you don't manage to
I
take
put
him
the
down,
action cam at the end of my pommel. What do I
can we
need?
do this?
I need 6s. So my guy's hits is pretty naff. What's yours? 6?
Defending on a 5. Defending on a 5.
Oh, loads of 6s. Oh, it's a garbage roll.
2 defences there, not
When I
the
see-
worst.
I'm being harsh. It's not as bad as I thought.
It's not awful.
But it's.
Where's 4
I
comes
just
from?
wanted more.
So 2 wounds. I'll take that. 2 wounds.
Oh, hang on.
What's going on?
Cleaving 2. Reroll misses.
Oh
in
yeah, you get a
combat.
reroll 2. Go on. Yeah. Oh, this could be different. Or it could be nothing.
It could be nothing, just 2.
Built it out. You put too many woos in there. That's what that was.
I snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
So I will take those. I will take those excerpts away.
If I get another
Wow.
draw, I think I can nail him.
You could potentially take him out. Yeah, but we've seen that they can take a bit of a beating, right? So let's see. Oh. Now does he turn around and take the hammer dude out, or does he try his best? So I'm taking out your blue, right? I don't have to worry about your white
Yeah.
magics, right?
So the magic is a separate track.
And it
that
doesn't
you
count
refresh
towards
magic.
your health.
No. So he's got 3. She's got 3 life left.
So there's a greater chance of me actually killing the mage than there is of killing the greatsword dude, which would probably help me in terms of points as well. So that's
Yeah.
probably the most sensible thing for me to do in this
She's
situation.
worth a lot more points,
Yep.
unfortunately.
So yeah, I mean I'm just gonna all in swing. I'm swinging it all in, mate.
However, you know, if you were like Billy Big Balls, you wouldn't take the easy route out. You know, you would like man up and, you know,
Well,
you'd pay the iron price.
glad to say I am Billy Nobles in this situation.
Okay, well my battle mage has not a lot of choice really.
because their defence is 5. I'm going to just stick cubes, 2 cubes in to get it up to 7.
I have no qualms with taking my hammer to a lady's face. I'm sorry, especially when she's wielding a battle mage as well. I think if you can hold on to a battle mage, you can hold on to a punch to the face.
All I'm going to say to that is equal opportunities. Right, okay.
Let's do this. Oh, that's not the worst roll in the world. Oh.
God, that is awful. There's nothing there. Oh
0.
my
Wow,
God.
4. 4 come through.
She is dead.
Yes. Oh yes. Oh, I've never been so happy to
That
see a
is
battle mage go.
Just a garbage roll.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
Or did I get 1? It makes no
You
difference.
got 1 in there, right?
It
My
makes no
strength
difference.
is 6 plus.
Did I roll all those dice? 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did get 1. It's still rubbish though, because 3 had gone through, was it?
3 would have gone through, so that would have been enough to annihilate her.
Not happy. Not pleased.
See you later. Yeet her out of here.
Not amused. She goes on
Yep.
that one.
Boom. Oh.
You get a moral victory. And
Yeah.
the actually have even stuck into lead. I'm not sure.
And the greatsword dude is
I put that on the right one.
trembling.
Yes, I have. You got 3 on there. Well, stick hand in the sack.
I think we know where we're going next, right?
If I go second here, my man of the match is done.
I'll shuffle this as much as I can to try and make it as fair as possible.
Yeah, okay. I believe you. Thousands wouldn't.
I won't do
The
like one of our.
person in chat doesn't believe you. I do.
I won't do like one of our club members who.
Yes. Fine.
Yes. Aphrodite, I love you.
Whatever.
Yes.
Whatever.
Just to rub salt into the
To
wound.
quote June, may your blade chip and shatter.
Oh, come on, Kratos. Right, I've got to go all in on this as well.
No.
There's only one thing to be done here, so let's spend my exert
Wow.
cubes and let's get
I
a
only
fistful
have
of
2 that I
dice.
can use. I'm just going to have to
3,
spend them.
6, and 9 coming in, and I can re-roll misses in combat. 2 of.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
How much health have you got? Are you on full health?
I'm full health. Strength of 6 is going to be hard work.
Oh, I didn't get the 8. You'll be glad to know, but not that 8s matter in this one. Hitting on 5s. That's pretty rough. What's your defence so far?
I rolled really well.
Oh, jeez, that's a shame.
I defended 4.
So, oh, you've defended the 4. Okay, so what do these do? Do these even do anything? Oh, 1.
1 cube, I think I got
1
off
cube.
lightly.
You did get off very lightly there, yeah. Oh, that's
1
rough.
cube, no special things going on, I take it. Or was this,
No,
was that
no,
really
that's
roll?
it. The cleaving is my ability.
How big,
Well,
guys?
it's all you, I think, by
How
the look
big,
of it.
guys? Is it just all me?
Yeah, because all my guys are gone.
Let's just take them all out. The battle mage
Yeah.
is dead, so I should have taken that out, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Makes no odds.
Yeah, must remember, we get excited. You're meant to take out a activation token if somebody dies that hasn't been activated.
We should do. We never do it.
Yeah, we always forget because we always get excited.
Yeah, we just forget about it. Okay, well, it makes no odds what order I do these in. However, I think the great sword needs to redeem himself. Oh no, I've done the great sword this turn.
Yeah,
What am I
he
missing?
ran.
Oh, it's
He
the-
ran in behind. You
That's
got
the archer, isn't it?
you got your archer, and then you got your halberd. So
So I'll have to do the hellbed first then. on
little
the
archer
chance.
lady sat back here, just watching everything unfurl, and wishing she never got into the art of war.
Well, hellbed is attack 369. It's a really good track, so I'm gonna jack 2 in. The most I can do to go for 9 dice.
Yeah, and seeing as we're on the last turn, it makes sense for me to push it to 2 as well.
I mean, there's
Only-
some merit actually. Do I do? Because I could run the longbow in and give the hellbed guy an assist. But then if I do manage to break away, she can shoot, and she's better at shooting. I'll stick with this. So, Halberd guy needs 6s.
Crazier things have happened. Defending on a 5. Oh wow. Not It's not the best.
2 peasant could roll better than that.
2 defence.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
Oh.
That's rubbish. So now,
You could try to disengage,
couldn't
couldn't
try and
you?
disengage, which
Which
he does
he
on
yeah.
a 5. I mean, normally I'd run him away, but I'm just going to step back just a little bit. So
and
I
then
can
the
get
archer lady is going to pop round the corner.
She's going to pop round the corner, and do you want to just move around a little bit?
Yeah.
And she's in range anyway, and she's just going to try and put an arrow into his knee, Skyrim style. Arrow to the knee.
We can only push the defence 1. It doesn't really matter because you've only got up to a maximum of 3, but I'll push it because I've got it. If you've got it, you might as well flaunt it.
Same with me, I'm going from 2 to 3, and then the 3 plus the hits. So all 3 hit.
Oh wow, okay, well we defended 2 there, so one extra wound.
1 more.
Wow, I wounded your guy, you wounded my guy.
I don't think I've done enough. Well, I think I'm not convinced here. I think it'd be very close, but I think you might have just edged it. So you're going to be the human calculator.
I can give it a go. I can certainly give it a go.
Also, shall I get my phone out?
No. We can prove that we can count. I might have to take all of my socks off just to get through this. What have you got there? So you've got a spear guy at 14.
Are we going to work out what's left? Is it easier to do that way?
Should we work out what's left? Okay, right. So you've got your great sword.
I've got my great sword left.
At 14.
Yeah.
Your halberd at 14, so that makes a grand total of 28 so
Longbow is
far.
what, 12? Maybe?
Longbow at 12. Gives you 40.
Okay, I don't think that's enough.
40. I think one of my dudes is pretty much 40 on his own. No, not quite. Sickle dude is 23.
Yeah, that's not enough.
And my Warhammer dude is 26, giving me 49.
Oh.
9 points. 9 points in it.
I was robbed.
Oh.
So you have both the moral victories. You've got 3 models.
Yep.
And you won on points. I'm not bitter at all.
Thus proving the strength of the Storr. Even outnumbered, they can overwhelm and, beat the, in the face of adversity. Is that the correct term?
Yeah, they're all jacked up on steroids and stuff. I mean, illegal substances. This is why they won.
Well, they are savage brutes. They are savage
I will still
brutes.
shake your hand anyway.
Well done. We'll even do
I
it
did that on camera. Crunch, twist.
Nice.
What a bastard. Well, the bastard died actually, to be fair.
Well,
so.
Yeah, he got taken out early, right? And that had me worrying. I panicked for a little bit, to be honest, thinking, this could be rough for me, to be honest. When I balanced it with that first kill on the spear dude, I thought, I could be back in this. And then, some clever positioning maybe, or not so clever positioning, but lucky positioning helped me out.
I think what tipped it, from my perspective at least, was the 2 stuns.
Those stuns were massive. They are massive. Yeah, it's huge to have someone completely knocked out almost. It essentially balances the overwhelming odds in the bag, which is really helpful. And I think that's where the Storr have to lean into, right? If you're outnumbered, then you have to lean into the stunning, right? Because that essentially takes away your ability to outnumber me, taking away another activation. That's huge.
Also, you need those big lupus hits to hit. When you chuck, was it 12 dice?
12 dice. And I mean, I've thrown it before in our games at a club, and I've thrown 12 dice and got 2 hits.
You've whiffed.
Completely whiffed.
Whiff at least 4 times
whiffing.
now.
It's disgusting. But coming off with 3 Wrens from that before?
No,
3
I've
Wrens.
just got one-shotted in
That's rough.
Head was ripped off and that was
Yeah.
it.
And if you, it's never happened, but if you can get 8 Wrens in one go, or even more, 12 Wrens in one go, good lord.
You know what I'm bummed about the most? All these victories, and the one I get brutalised on is
immortalised forever in digital format, gets uploaded to YouTube,
Yes,
streamed on
yes.
Twitch. What a bastard.
This is proof that I can win a game. Yes.
What a bastard.
Well,
People watching this will be howling.
well, hopefully we haven't made too many mistakes on the rules. I do believe that we've played it as Ben intended.
it's
There
pretty
might
good.
be some minor things, and if anybody does notice anything, and if Ben does get a chance to watch this, I would love to get some feedback from him for sure. I think the game plays out really nicely. It's quick, it's fast paced, and it's very unforgiving, right?
Yeah, I like it. It's quick, it's brutal. I like 54 mil scale because numbers are getting younger, so they're easier to paint. Also, you don't need as many.
Yep.
Price per miniature is obviously more expensive, but you don't need a lot for this game. It's
No.
not like you only need like a handful of models and you're
Yep.
done.
Yep.
Some guys down our club, one of them's keen on the werewolves, and you buy that box set and you're kind of done really, because you can
that's
just
it.
run with those three
Yeah.
or mix and
And
stuff.
if you've got enough people who have the base game, then you really only do need the team that you're after, and that makes it a lot more affordable. And the models are beautiful. If you're just into painting miniatures,
the models are stunning.
they're phenomenal models. The detail on them are wonderful. They're large enough to not have to worry too much, and I've thoroughly enjoyed them. And I'm not really one who's into painting too much. It's the part of the hobby that I don't enjoy that much. But for me, I really enjoyed them. So
Bigger models are easier to paint.
yes.
I'd like to see a profile card for Aranath and also for the transitions. It'd be
Yeah.
good to-
So if you look in the rule book, I do believe that Ben has some very, very interesting plans for the teams that are currently in there.
You're looking at keywords, is it?
Yeah, no, it's actually in the points values. If you go to the back and there's points values, you've got all of the characters set out. So you've got hero characters.
Yeah.
Garthok. Off. I'm not even. Sorry, Ben. I apologise. Another prime demon, exalted demon. You got Aramon as well.
I think one of them, I might be wrong, but one of them is. I haven't got the book to hand. Oh, actually, I think I have got a book to hand. If I just dig it out.
And
I
then
think
as well,
one
if
of
we.
them is this Caldican demon here,
Yes.
potentially. She might be one of the exalted demons.
Yeah,
maybe in
I'm
that
not sure
list.
that's the one I've just butchered. That might be her. Not 100% sure. But I mean, we've got other ones, for the store. We've got Fella Carlson, if I've said that correctly. There's uniques, so the Fanes with the hammers and the sickles. They will eventually be played as other characters as well. So
we
it does seem
we proxied Fella, haven't we?
we did
Carlson.
before. We did before, yeah. So it does look like he's going to be bringing out some more characters and interesting dynamics to the game, which will obviously add new elements to it that we haven't quite explored yet.
Yeah.
So
it'd be good to see a bit of spell slinging from the demons.
that would be pretty
I
cool,
think
wouldn't
they
it?
probably need a bit of ranged attack. It'd be good to see that come out sooner rather than later. But I think I can't remember now from the Kickstarter. I think there are witches. I don't think we quite got to that milestone. So I don't know if witches are a thing or not. Maybe I made that up, but I thought I heard that battered around. But I like the game. It's quick. It's simple. You pick the rules up easily. Some of the rules are a little bit ambiguous, but this is the Kickstarter kind of early release version. So
for a indie game developer, I think they've done a phenomenal job. And I think he should be commended for his efforts, to be honest. It is wonderful. The narrative and the world building in this is wonderful. If you haven't had a chance, go see The Mortal's Reckoning as well. There's some beautiful storytelling in there.
really nice
But yeah,
ones.
phenomenal game. Celestial Affinity. That's backwards, isn't it? Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just like looking in your mirror at the ambulance sign, isn't it? Right. Well, I think we're kind of done here.
Yeah,
So,
well done.
Hopefully you enjoyed that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So yeah, hopefully we'll see you again for the next one. That was Celestial Affinity. Goodbye from us.
Thank you.